Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. I'm telling you, I've been having so many issues trying to go live the last few days. They're actually developing in my neighborhood and where my studio is. And I tell you, it's doing something to my dang on internet. So it's been delaying me being able to come and talk to you all. So hopefully today I be able to speak and not have any interruption or anything like that. But anyway, just coming to check in and say happy Friday and see what you got planned for the weekend and just kind of chop it up a little bit. I am Carolyn, the host of Curve Uncensored. For you all who don't know me, make sure you go to my YouTube page, subscribe. If you follow me on Facebook, subscribe, share, let people know about me, and because I try to bring you some interesting information. I have some great interviews coming up that I would like you guys to take a listen to, and you're going to get some great information that you can share or you can use yourself. But anyway, you're gonna think I'm just crazy, right? But I wanted to know if how many people are like me. Like I really did not know that. Um, First of all, let me backtrack a little bit. How was your resurrection day? Since I'm late tuning in and coming, I know it was last Sunday, but how was your Easter resurrection, whatever you call it? How was it? I had a really good day, and I tell you, I learned some things that I don't know if I'm like the only one, but I wanted to see how many people out there are like me who did not know this, right? Growing up, I always thought Easter, it was Easter and Resurrection Day. As I started hearing a lot more of Resurrection Day as I got older. And I don't know how many people are thinking like me. Like when I was younger, I always thought it was one and the same, but then I hear people saying that Easter has a different meaning than Resurrection Day. That's the day that Jesus rose, and that's what I've always thought about it. And I was told and kind of educated a little bit that Easter has a different like meaning. I was also told that, and I don't get into politics, religion, or any of that stuff because that's one of those conversations that can go on forever, and everybody has their own opinions and different things like that. So I just let people believe like they want to believe. I do the same thing. I believe like I want to believe, and I just keep it pushing. Just like politics, I feel like people do what they want to do when it comes to politics, and I don't get into it, but I knew I was coming today because to talk about I have this segment Curve Uncensored recaps it, and I talk about different things that's been happening in the streets and just some different little topics that interest me. So I kind of want to bring that up because I did not know that I always when I thought Easter, I thought Resurrection Day one and the same, but people are saying were telling me that they actually have two totally different connotations to it. And I'm like, I just feel like people just I don't know, they complicate things or whatever. As a child, like I said, I always thought Easter was the day that it was. And then someone was like, Resurrection Day has nothing to do with a bunny rabbit and eggs and all of this stuff. So I'm just like, you know what? We're just gonna keep it where it is. I'm just wondering, what am I the only one thinking like it was one and the same all this time? I don't know. But that was just something that I had a conversation about pretty detailed with a friend of mine that's pretty educated. And I was like, wow, it just seems so difficult now because I don't know how many of you feel that holidays to me, tradition seems like they're like going out of it's not even the same. It's like back in the day when I thought Easter and Resurrection Day, I only knew of it as Easter, Happy Easter. But didn't know of it as anything else. I knew the meaning behind it, or what I thought the meaning was behind it. But lately, I've been kind of educated that, that's Easter. It had nothing to do with Resurrection Day in that connotation. It's more commercial and something that has been put out there for financial gain and all of that. But I don't get deep like that. I'm just like, let the children think what they think, and adults go with what they feel like is true as well. But to me, when I was younger, I look forward to Easter, and even when my children were younger, because of course everyone got dressed up in their little Easter, little cute little dresses and shoes and socks, got their hair done. That was just like something in my family that we look forward to. Go to church, then you come home. You go to your little Easter egg hunts, or in Florida where I was from, St. Augustine, we had always had this big Easter parade, right? So we went to the Easter parade, saw the floats. I mean, it was like a fun thing. Then we come and we eat, spend time with family. But now it seems like the older I get, holidays are different. Like, people, you rarely see kids dressed up in their nice little dresses, and of course with COVID, people going to church don't have the same vibe anymore either. It just seems like everything, like, in the world is changing, and we know the longer we live, things are going to progress, right, and change. But I'm like, are they really changing for the better? Because you know I enjoyed Easter, Resurrection Day. I knew what I felt it meant, Jesus rose. And, as a kid, you just kind of hold on to those things, and you look forward to spending time with family and going for the Easter egg hunt and finding the golden egg and all of that stuff. But now that you're older, it seems like a lot of those traditions are being just like put to the side. It's like all of the things that made children innocent and brought family together in a positive way. It's like a lot of those things are being put to the side now. We don't have that quality time with children and family and friends and stuff. Unless it's a funeral, then everybody show up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you guys feel the same way I feel. That do you feel holidays are kind of traditions are not the same anymore? You think about Christmas. Everybody used to go over visiting, go over everyone's house. The children get their bikes and they ride them and all this and that. And I was even told, which I'm gonna tell you something. My birthday's in December, right? And I was always prideful and happy, thinking Jesus was born in December. Well, it was just brought to my attention that's not even the month that he was born in. And I'm telling you, I took that to heart. I was like, what? I always thought Jesus was born in December. I I don't know. That's why I don't get into religion and politics. I just wanted to put that out there because I was really, really, really like shocked when when someone told me that Jesus was not born in December. I'm like, I'm green, I guess. I still was holding on to all my childhood memories and holidays and traditions and things like that. But I don't know, man. A lot of things are changing. And to me, I think that's a big thing of why the world is so crazy and out of control, outside of guns on the streets everywhere and people being stupid. I think, that family time and that innocence, believing in Santa Claus. We know that Santa don't come down the chimney and all that crazy stuff, but just having the presence to look forward to and things like that. I just think a lot of those beliefs and all the things of old and that made us family and be together. Just we're losing a lot of it. I don't know how many people feel like I do. I think it'll be good if we can get a little bit of that back in our lives. You know what I mean? The holidays and holding on to Easter or Resurrection Day when we get the kids ready for church and going out and Easter egg hunts and all of that fun stuff, all the stuff that made us innocent back in the day when we were children and brought family together. I think that we're losing a sense of family, a sense of unity, a sense of being together. And I think that as families, we need to get back to doing things like that. I mean, I gotta even admit this year, I normally take my kids Easter egg hunting. This year I was so busy doing things, I did not get a chance to do it. And that's crazy. I never do that. But I just think a little more emphasis needs to be put back on those old things because that's what kind of made families and kept families family. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many of you all agree, but just wanted to put those little things out there because some of those things was like, wow, I guess I've been under a rock. I did not even realize um I didn't realize the whole Christmas vibe thing, and I miss the Easter vibe thing. And hopefully Thanksgiving and holidays like that, families are still getting together, because I think if we start back doing things like that, then that'll bring back a whole lot of unity in the family that I think we're missing right now. But anyway, let me move on. Don't forget to subscribe and share and this stream. I just kind of come a couple times a week and do my Curve Uncensored recaps. It I think is cool because you have an opportunity to talk about some things that's been happening in the street. So now let me go on to the next thing. Um, how many of you have been listening to the news? And I know that I don't know how many of you saw the movie. Well, it's actually a show, First Lady, where they have a lot of different actresses playing the First Lady. And they had Michelle Obama on there. And well, she's not on there, but she's being played. And I think she's being played by what's her name? By what was her name? Viola? Yeah. And people were commenting on, how she looked and her facial expressions and things of that nature, when I'm like, man, she's a really, really great actress, but a lot of people are just getting wrapped up and kind of focusing on her facial expressions, saying she had the duck lips and all of this and that, as opposed to the story behind um, uh, First Lady Obama when she was in the White House. I think that was the whole vibe of the show. But they have the different first ladies that are going to be portrayed by other actresses. So I think it's a pretty good show you all need to check out, and give Viola a little break. I mean, she's a great actress. Let's just kind of see how she evolved in this particular show, and see how much life she can bring to First Lady Michelle Obama. Also, what do you all think about I know people have been harping on the Chris Rock episode and all of that kind of stuff and the Will Smith, right? And I had been giving it some thought, because I was like, how many of you out there, if you had a day or a week or whatnot, and you can switch your life or some of the characteristics of a celebrity, right? You can switch off from your everyday to their lives. Would you really, really want to be in their position? I was sitting here thinking, I was like, man, they've been talking about Rihanna and her boyfriend, or I guess I don't think it's her fiance, but ASAP Rocky, and they've been talking about how he was cheating, only to find out that was not true. You know what I'm saying? Also, now they're talking about, he had been arrested. I don't know if he's out right now, but talking about a shooting that he was involved in back in 2021. It's like everything they do is on Front Street. On Front Street. Will Smith. Now, I know Will Smith. I know everybody probably pretty much listening to this broadcast knows Will Smith, right? Knows of him rather. And how how many of you heard something negative that he had done? Now, I'm not okaying or condoning anything that he did, because he was definitely, you can't be 53 out here acting stupid in these streets, because you have to take some accountability, right? But how many of you out there know what it's like to make a mistake? You know what I mean? You make a mistake. Us everyday people, we make a mistake, and then we try to get past it. We apologize, which that was something he didn't do fast enough, I would say. But it's like, one thing you do wrong, now you people talk about you, your whole career that you've done right or tried to do right is gone down the drain. Do you think that they're being too hard on him, or do you think he's getting what he asked for? I understand he was totally out of order, and if it had been any other celebrity comedian up there, I'm sure would have dealt with it, like a Mike Epps, Ricky Smiley, any of those guys. I know he would have thought 2 or 3 times before he went up there to do something like that. But I'm just wondering, like, would you really want to change your life with a celebrity? Do you think that it's all that it's like cooped up to be? I saw episode, well, not episode, but I saw something on, I can't really know if it was TMZ or where it was. I can't where Janet Jackson. They saw her coming out of a pawn shop. She was trying to kind of like cover her face so the paparazzi wouldn't get pictures of her, because they was like, she's worth so much money. Like, what is she doing coming out of a pawn shop? Well, maybe because she want to go in a pawn shop. You know what I mean? Pawn shops have good stuff sometimes. It don't mean that she's having financial issues. It just mean maybe she just wanted to go in a pawn shop. But I'm just saying, the girl got to cover her face to try not to be for nobody to see her. And they all up in her grill so they can have something to talk about. And I'm just like, man, what is it like being a celebrity when you have no private life? It's like nothing you do is secret. You have no personal me time anymore, whether it's your children, whether it's a family member. It don't even have to be you. Like I said, it be a family member. They are all up in your grill anytime something happens. And I'm like, dang, would you really want to have a lifestyle like that? Is it real? Yeah, you have all the material things. You have the cars, you have, of course, the money now. You know what I'm saying? And you have the life, the lights and the action and the cameras. Is it really what you would want to do? Because if you think about it, you have everything you do is on 25, bump 10, it's on 25. It's if you get in any trouble, everybody knows about it instantly. You have no time to deal with any issues yourself. Everything is out there in front of the world. And then if you do things, there's no forgiving. You know what I'm saying? It's like Will Smith was wrong. You know what I mean? I think he needs to do more. He needs to get out there and do a little bit more to try to reprieve himself and be like, yeah, I am sorry. I made a big behind mistake, but all this badgering him, I think everybody, because the man ain't really never done anything out of order. I feel like Chris Rock, if anybody should be pissed off with him, of course, because I felt like Chris Rock really handled it like a man. People look at it differently, being like he was chumped off and he was demeaned and stuff like that. Yeah, I get it because he does have a family and he did put him in a position on the Oscars, no less. And he definitely, I don't know what he was on that night. He was really Will Smith for tripping. But I feel like Chris Rock actually handled himself like a real man. And he stood up and he was like, you know what? They want two brothers to get up here and act stupid. He already acting stupid. I'm gonna let him act stupid all by himself. I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna hold it down and I'm gonna, try to handle this the best I can. And who knows? He still got 2 years to do whatever he needs to do. He still may try to sue him later on if his coin's not all the way together. But I think Will Smith really he did too much that night. But do I think it's a reason to ban him from the Oscars for, I think they said 10 years or something like that, or to really just almost strip him of everything he's worked so hard for one mistake? I don't think so. I think that's overstepping things. So I pray and pray that he can rebound from this because he's a really good actor and really he did a really good the movie. I actually saw it on I forget what it was on Lifetime or where it was, but the movie where he played Serena and Venus' father, he did a great job. And I hate it was overshadowed by what happened at the Oscars. But Will Smith, you got to think about your actions because there are severe consequences. But let's see if we can work with him, y'all, and help him reprieve himself from that. Also, I want to talk to you guys about what do y'all think about Keisha, former Mayor Keisha Lance Bottom being turned away at Capitol Grill in Perimeter. What do y'all think about that? I mean, leggings. I wear leggings all the time. As a matter of fact, I got on sweats right now. You know what I'm saying? I dress casual. I like to be comfortable. And if you at a mall, most people are going to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? If she wasn't, they weren't holes in them. And I know she wasn't dressed like that. I think they went too far. Do you think it was just the clothes that she had on, especially when other people were in the restaurant or have been in the restaurant, recorded in the restaurant with leggings on? Do you think it was all about the leggings, or do you think they knew who she really was and they wanted to call themselves putting her in check? Because I thought that was a little extreme. If she was dressed nice and appropriately, because you can dress up some leggings, honey, and be looking all the way together. So it has to, and for somebody to sit there and be like, "Oh, you got on leggings and that's not allowed." If she had to be looking busted, and I know that wasn't the case. So why would they not allow her to come in and patronize the restaurant and turn her away? I personally think it was something a little bit more than that. I really, really do. And also, when you think about it, there are people that really didn't care for her whole when she was in office as the mayor, former mayor. So I just think that whoever that little hostess is, we need to look into him or her because I don't think it was all about the leggings, y'all. What do you think? I really, really don't think so. But they need to reevaluate that policy because that's stupid, especially if you're in a mall talking about a person can't have on leggings and come in and patronize your restaurant. I mean, that would be crazy because people are in the mall with leggings on, just about like they're in there with jeans on. So if you say they can't come in there with leggings, can they come in there with jeans, blue jeans, denim? Come on, Capitol Grill and Perimeter, get yourself all the way together over there. Did y'all hear about Garcelle? She has a new book out, and she also was talking about. Now I say when this back to Will Smith, backtracking a little bit. Now this she put out that her and Will Smith had a little fling at one time, right? And she stopped seeing him when his son thought that she was Jada. I said, boy, when it rained, it pours. Now that's been quiet all these years. Garcelle, why you had to bring that out now in your book? I say, poor Will, he can't catch a break. That's something I wanted to mention to you guys about, and I really, really forgot about it. And also, what else? Oh yeah. Also, what do you all think about Nene Leakes suing Bravo and all the people, Andy and them? What do y'all think about that? She's saying, alleging that it was some sort of racial discrimination going on, and they let basically Kim Zodiac get away with a lot of stuff. Now she's not suing Kim, from what they're saying, but she is bringing Kim up and the treatment that Kim received. You know, I used to be all in on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? And Nene was the HBIC, right? For a long time. She could pretty much do and say what she wanted to say within reason, right? And so I don't really see what type of foundation she's going to have making the statement that racial discrimination when they have so many blacks throughout that franchise. I don't know where that's coming from. I personally, and I don't know Nene, but I really think that she kind of mad that the coins didn't slacked up. I'm just being 100 because Nene talked a whole bunch of noise to a whole bunch of people. And to be quite frank with you, I used to be a big fan of Nene, but I felt like she was getting to be too much. I really, really did. So I don't know if some of this is all about Bravo. Now there are certain things based on what she says allegedly that they were doing. I get her being upset because she made mention during the shows that they were given privy to Kim Zodiac because she was Caucasian. I don't necessarily know. I wasn't there, wasn't a fly on the wall, but she did make mention to that. And but I really think a lot of it had to do with Nene and her personality, why they didn't give her that peach. And at the time, she was saying like a couple years before she actually left the show, she was actually already saying that she wasn't coming back. She wasn't coming back. She wasn't coming back, thinking that I think the show was going to collapse if she left. But when she left, it shook the show up a little bit and they got a little bit more, a little bit of salt over here and a little bit of pepper over here, and they started mixing it all up and they got a whole new recipe. And so really the show evolved. They had a little period where it was slow. So this season I'm gonna see how it vibe. But when she left, I think she felt like the show was gonna kind of collapse. And it didn't. It still continued. It wasn't to me, it wasn't as vibrant as it was. I think they needed to kind of shake up, the show a little bit. But I feel that she thought that it was going to collapse. And it didn't. I think that's a little bit of it because I even heard after Greg left, I heard with my own ears where she said that she was willing to go back on the show. And from allegedly what I heard, Andy didn't want no dealings with her because she really threw Andy under the bus from what I heard. So I just think it's a whole little bit of being mad, and I think it's a little bit of disappointment and a little bit nobody's knocking on that door like they used to. So Nene feel like she's gonna have to come back and make herself relevant by suing them. But to me, when you do stuff like that, sometimes people don't want to be bothered with you no more. They feel like you're trouble. But if someone treats you wrong, then you have to take your recourses. I get it. So we just gonna all have to see how this go and how this works. I'm curious, just like you guys. You know what I'm saying? Finally, two quick things before I leave, but I won't spend too much time on it. But I do want to mention it because how many of you guys saw recently when they I think this just happened a few days ago, a young man, well, he wasn't young, he was like 51. He was a security guard at this restaurant. I think the last name is Franklin. I'm not looking at my notes. I just kind of saw it. So Mr. Franklin or whatever, he was a security guard. I think is what his name is. Not sure, don't hold me 100% to the name, but he was an older gentleman and he was going to work at a wing spot in Atlanta. And as he was walking, I don't know if you guys saw the video on Instagram. My daughter actually sent it to me. But this guy came up behind him, shot the man, killed him. He never saw what was coming, right? While the man was down on the ground, uh, in the meantime, let me say this. They had a guy sitting way on the other side, didn't say anything, just saw the man get shot, fall to the ground, didn't say a word, should walk by, looked at the man, shook his head, kept walking. And I think this restaurant was on Cleveland Road somewhere. Then you had other people seeing the man laying on the ground shot. They had to see blood because the man fell forward. And do you know, they didn't call from what I'm seeing from TV, they started taking things off the man. They were going through his truck, they were going through his pocket. What kind of foolishness is that? Where they do that at? Where's the humanity in people? How you see somebody laying on the ground, elderly man, he wasn't old, but he was like 51. This man was minding his business. He hadn't even been out his truck 20 seconds, 30 seconds. So this dude that shot him must have been watching him. He must have been watching him. You know what I'm saying? He saw him get out his SUV. He was walking to his job, to the restaurant. He came behind him and he shot him. Well, guess what? They call him. They caught him. He's in jail. He's in jail. And Atlanta police, I think it was Atlanta PD because that's at Cleveland Road. I believe that's it. Yeah, that's Atlanta. Because the county's so crazy up here. But they call him, and I'm so glad they did because he had an extensive history. And if you could come up and shoot somebody cold blooded, you ain't have to kill the man. Even you ain't have to shoot him at all. You know, he was elderly. He could have done something else. He was a big dude, but he didn't have to shoot him. He shot him, I think, in his head, from what his brother said. But they got him, and then they said the case is not going to be closed until they find the people that was going through the man's pockets and taking stuff off his person while he was on the ground. Now, how somebody gonna get shot in the back of the head? You see him laying on the ground, and then you start going through his pockets. Tell me how you do that. How you go through something you don't call for help? How you don't try to help this man, but instead you go through his pockets and you be around here taking his money and things off of him. That is dirty, dirty. That is dirty, dirty. Well, I'm letting you guys know they looking for y'all. Atlanta police say they are not closing the case until they find the other people. They got the guy that did the shooting, that shot the security officer, but they looking for the people that was stealing money off of the man and going through his pocket. That's low down and dirty. And I can't wait till they find them. I'm telling you what, guns on the streets everywhere in the US is crazy. That's how I don't know how they passed the law saying that you can conceal a gun without a background check. That's stupid too. But that was another conversation I had before. Also, the young man in Atlanta at the skating rink, Golden Glide, what I believe it was, they finally arrested another well, the young man was 11. They said the person that shot him was 13. Now, I don't care what happened. On average, the 13-year-old probably didn't have a gun, allegedly. Somebody probably gave him that gun that was with him that day. But anyway, he shot the little 11-year-old, I believe, in the head. He shot him. The little boy is 11 in critical condition, and he has been in induced coma since the shooting. But the 13-year-old has finally been arrested, and he's in custody. That's a sad situation. You have two families that are now suffering. What could an 11-year-old say to a 13-year-old that prompt him to pull a gun and shoot him in the head? These guns on these streets is awful. It's awful. It's taking our community down. It's taking our young men down. They don't care. So that's why I don't know why in the world they make it legal for you to carry a gun without doing a background check. If you're going to carry a gun, you need to and conceal it. You need to have a back. I don't understand what that's about. That is super crazy, and I don't know what a 13-year-old doing. I think somebody with him gave him that gun, and that's how he got a hold to it at a skating rink. But they did catch him, and he is in custody. It's so sad, and so hey, Nika, baby, happy belated birthday. I said it before. I hope you enjoyed yourself on your birthday. But yeah, it's really sad, and it's so unfortunate that now there's two lives that have ended. Two lives. It's really sad. But anyway, I think that's everything I want to talk to y'all about. Think it was really good. I've been talking for a while. I'm so glad I'm able to speak with you, and you're welcome, baby. Look, Sunday at 9, I am going live. I'm going to be talking to a young man. He happens to be my nephew, but I'm going to be. Hopefully, everything goes well with this internet because my internet been tripping. But if everything goes well, no problems. I'm going to go live on Sunday 9 o'clock. Y'all know me, 9ish, and we're going to be talking about polygamy. And he's a young man, and he believes in his lifestyle and he believes in doing what he does, and he say that's the way he like it. And guess what? He's straight up and honest about it. So we're gonna have a little conversation about it. Auntie gonna step in and have to try to school him a little bit. But it is what it is, it's what he does, and we're gonna have a conversation about it. I have some great dynamic interviews coming up. That's why this internet gotta stay working. And they're building out here, so it's just messing me all up. But I got some great shows. I have somebody a lady that's going to be here that's a dynamic speaker. She deals with depression, suicidal people who are suicidal. She kind of helps you get through those things. I have someone that's going to be here. We're going to be talking about entrepreneurship. We're going to be talking to a lady. She's written a book. I'm telling you, I got some good shows coming. Y'all need to subscribe so y'all know when I'm going live. You need to share these my streams so people will know what's up when I'm coming live so they can stay in tune. Make sure you like my videos. Go to my YouTube page, Curve with the K dot uncensored, and like it. I'm trying to build up my audience over there. And also I'm on Instagram. So look, I love you guys. I will see you all on Sunday at 9 p.m. and we're gonna be talking about polygamy. So get your little drink. Don't get drunk. Just get your little drink, relax, sit back, so we can have good dialogue and great conversation. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday at 9. Love you. Enjoy your weekend and stay safe.